What's Stompin' Dinos? Little impromptu video here where I'm basically just gonna be talking off the top of my head. Little unscripted, sort of venti, ranty commentary video here. I used to make these kind of videos on my other channel, ZealotPara Stories, but since this one is related to my streaming career and like Sonic stuff in a way, I feel like it's gonna fit this channel a little better. So it is literally 4:40 a.m. right now. I kind of just woke up in the middle of the night, sort of just thinking about things that I've been thinking about for the last few months, pretty much since I started getting back into live streaming consistently. I feel like this video is going to cover a couple of topics that are kind of linked to each other, so let's just get right into it. So basically what I've been thinking about this morning is, I'm having a hard time finding a word for it. I'm thinking either meager or insignificant, but I don't want to make it sound like my growth as a creator these last few months has been nothing, because it hasn't been nothing. I don't want to make it sound like I'm ungrateful to the people who have been tuning in and watching. It's just, I can't ignore like how little I've grown compared to some of my new friends and peers within the like Sonic Racing Crossworlds space. I've just been mulling over and trying to figure out why it is that I've been doing pretty much the same thing as many other content creators who pretty much had either, some of them had just started getting into streaming because of Crossworlds, some of them hadn't really seen any growth until they got into Crossworlds, and some of them did have a little bit of a community before Crossworlds. But no matter which like bracket they fall into, I've been seeing a lot of people growing extremely fast since they got into streaming Crossworlds, way more than me. Like they're able to average like 20, 30, 40 viewers, whereas before they maybe had like below 20, below 10, whereas I'm stuck below 10. Sometimes I'm stuck below 5, averaging 5 per stream per week since Crossworlds came out. And I know part of it probably has to do with the fact that I haven't been quite as consistent as some of these other streamers. There have also been some of these streamers who have grown faster than me, grown more than me, and they've been less consistent than I have, and they just haven't been streaming as frequently as I have, which is it's something I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around. By the way, I don't want to sound like petty at all. I don't want to make it sound like these other creators deserve it less than I do or whatever. That's not at all what I'm saying. If anything, in some ways, I feel like they probably deserve it more, just because they're all like super talented and dedicated and just all around just like super charming, funny people to watch. So they definitely deserve it. I don't want to come across as if I'm thinking that way. I'm just trying to figure out, like, is there something I'm doing wrong that they're doing that I'm not doing? The only two things I can come up with is either just bad luck with the algorithm on Twitch, or maybe it's the fact that I use a face cam when I stream, because pretty much most of these other people I've talked about are either PNG tubers or VTubers, which is really strange, because in the past I always heard that being a PNG tuber or a VTuber, especially as a male, is like a big debuff for your growth. But I've been seeing the opposite, at least in the Sonic Racing Crossworlds space. Most of the streamers that I come across are PNG tubers, VTubers, and to be honest, I haven't really noticed any of this like big significant growth from the facecam streamers, because there's not a whole lot of them, like smaller streamers streaming Crossworlds that use facecam. There's no shortage of them, it's just that I haven't noticed like a big boost in their growth compared to before Crossworlds came out, if that makes sense. I'm not like, keep in mind, I haven't gone like through every single person's channel and like and like analyzed their analytics before they were streaming Crossworlds. A lot of what I'm saying is just based on stuff that, you know, people have told me directly, or I've heard them talking about in terms of their own growth. I haven't like compared numbers or anything really. I don't see myself committing completely to a PNG or VTuber style, because I just prefer streaming with facecam. I don't know if maybe I'm screwing myself over by doing that, but yeah, those are the only two things that I can think of that I might be doing wrong, which one of them I'm not doing wrong. Like bad luck with the algorithm is just bad luck with the algorithm. So this has just been one of those things where I felt compelled. I was gonna make a Twitter thread about this, but I feel like it's better for me to just say it out loud. And I have been saying it on my streams, but I feel like maybe to, I don't know, sometimes I just feel like I need to make a video venting about something to make it feel more set in stone, if that makes sense. I don't Obviously, I don't expect for my problem to be solved by making this video, but in the past, when I've made these sort of ranty, venty videos, it has made me feel better about certain things that have been troubling me, and it's helped me move on. So I'm hoping by making this video, putting it out there, it will help me with that. I am at least grateful that I've come so far within these last couple of years to not feel petty towards people, and to not feel like over-attached towards people, or like putting people up on a pedestal like I used to. That isn't really something I deal with anymore, I guess. I mean, I won't lie, what I am feeling right now probably is envy. I think you can have envy and respect for people. Like, you can feel like envious of like your friends, but you can also still care about them and appreciate them for who they are. And one of the things that this is one of the other two topics I wanted to talk about in this video. One of the sort of, I guess, mental hurdles I've been trying to get over lately, something I have come a long way with, but something I still feel like I could come a long way with, is sort of empowering people to be able to do things, to do the things that they enjoy to do, which I have been sort of blessed with lately. I've been able to give people certain opportunities just by being able to include them in whatever whatever was going on with me, or just like maybe just being there to support them while they were trying to do their own thing. But what I'm trying to get to the point to mentally is to like be able to do that for people, but also be able to be okay with not being able to completely be a part of it. Or even just to see people growing in the same space that I'm in, and just being okay with them doing better than I am. Again, obviously, like, I am very happy and I am very proud of them doing it. I just wish that I wasn't so, like, caught up in my own questioning of like, okay, but why am I not seeing the same growth? Because I'm doing the same thing that they're doing. Maybe, compared to some of them, I'm doing less, but compared to some of them, I'm actually doing a little bit more in terms of like consistency and frequency of putting stuff out there. So, and mostly what I'm talking about is my growth on Twitch in particular. I have grown quite a lot on TikTok, even though I have slowed down on uploading there just due to burnout on editing videos. Really, where I feel like my growth is very lacking is on Twitch in particular. And a lot of what I'm talking about in this video, I actually do talk about in this other video I recorded. But that one is something I'm doing that's like a collab with a few other creators, so I'm still waiting on their sections of their videos to be done before we upload that one. But something that sort of helped ground my, I guess, thoughts on this weird feeling is, okay, so the YouTuber Al the Boy put out this video called The Soul of Sonic Stories. And there was another YouTuber called Toonly, I believe, whose video I don't remember. But basically, in both of those videos, they both sort of helped me, I guess, more fully realize the idea behind Sonic the Hedgehog, where he does what I want to do and what I am very passionate about in regards to empowering people to live their best lives. But maybe he's not always going to be around to experience that with them. Like, he's just happy to be able to do what he does and then move on with his own thing. And I have definitely come a long way in that regard, but as I said, I still feel like I still have a long way to go with that mindset. So yeah, Sonic has been a huge inspiration for me in regards to that. And as hard as this might be to believe, despite everything I've been saying in this video, I actually don't like look at my analytics a whole lot. More of what I'm saying is just based on like just how slowly my chat moves a lot of the time. We definitely do have some good days, but like I said, I can just tell. It's not like I don't look at my viewer counts and compare them to other streamers. I probably shouldn't be doing that, but it is something that I just can't not see sometimes. Yeah, all this stuff, it's just, I'm trying to have a positive mindset on it because I think that's the only way to view it moving forward. But at the same time, I gotta be honest with my feelings, and I think part of that, getting my thoughts out there, helps me process it, because I have been thinking a lot about this just, you know, on my own time. But sometimes sharing your thoughts is also very useful in helping you process things. So I don't know. And the thing is, like, one thing I got to be careful about too is like, okay, but if this bothers me now, what's gonna be bothering me when I do, even if I do start seeing the growth, like similar growth to the people that I'm in this space with, it's like, okay, but what's gonna be bothering me then? You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, the grass is always greener on the other side, type beat. So it's one of those things you got to be careful. You got to realize, like, sometimes we're always just dissatisfied no matter what's going on. I think that's just like the human condition. So it's something I definitely got to keep in mind, even if I do start seeing the growth that I wish I was having. So I don't know. Yeah, if this video at all came across as me being petty or ungrateful or anything, I that is not the intention at all. Like I said, I'm just venting out emotions that I wish I didn't have, but I do have. So I'm just trying to be honest with myself. I like being transparent with you guys. I like sharing deeper things that maybe most people aren't comfortable sharing, just because I think that's kind of become like a core part of my sort of identity as a content creator, and I guess just as a person in general. I just like being open about these things because it helps me process them. I don't like bottling things up anymore, which is something that I've been doing pretty much my whole life. So I guess I'm trying to make up for that by being more open. But if you knew me from over a couple years ago, you might have seen that I used to be a lot more like petty and just immature and sort of vain about things. So like I said, I've come a long way in regards to the way I view people. I definitely have a much healthier outlook just on life in general. So like I am not if there is anything or anyone to blame about this whole situation, it is literally either maybe just something that I'm not doing right, or more likely it's just like the algorithm. Like that's literally it. But if anyone has any, I guess, feedback or criticisms for my content, for my streams, that maybe you feel like, I don't know, maybe there's things that I can improve on, I'm definitely all ears. Because I'll be honest, I have been feeling kind of insecure about, like, I feel like I come across to people as uninteresting and, like, unremarkable. To me, I'm having a blast with the content and the streams that I put out, but I feel like a lot of other people don't feel the same thing that I feel about my own content, if that makes sense. But anyways, dinos, thank you so much for watching this lower effort, more ranty type video. Every time I make one of these videos, I always I miss doing it, because I don't know, I just love the vibe of these videos. I love like the more like laid back tone that I'm able to put out, the jazz music combined with it all. And I always learn something after posting these kinds of videos. So definitely subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this, or if you want to see more scripted stuff. I'm trying to have a sort of Sonic video essay just sort of presence here on this channel. But if you want to see a more substantial backlog of video essays and commentary videos, like this one, definitely go check out ZealotPara Stories, linked in the description, where I have videos talking about like just different topics, just different things relating to myself, and different media such as anime that are not Sonic related, but things that I am no less passionate about. And with that, you all have a very Merry Christmas. See you next time.